Hey everybody, it's Terry Quinn. Today I want to talk to you about the 4 C's of a diamond, but there is a bonus at the end because there's something that is about shape. So there's some special things about shape that you really need to know. It's very, very, very important because some shapes you have to be aware of some things or you're going to get a diamond that doesn't have any sparkle. When they talk about the 4 C's, they're talking about a round diamond, right? But a lot of people buy other shapes. So right now what I'm going to do is go over those 4 C's and I'm going to tell you my personal opinion, what's going to be best for your wallet. First thing, you have cut, color, clarity, and carat weight. So first off, we'll talk about cut. It's a horrible sin in the industry that if a diamond weighs 99 points, it costs, let's say, $4,000, but if it's 100 points, 1 point more, just one tiny little point more, a grain of salt, it's $2,000 more by weight. So you would think that the diamond cutters overseas or wherever are encouraged to cut that diamond as heavy as possible. So maybe it should have been cut like a 95 pointer, but they cut it as a 101. Now they made an extra $2,000. So it's very, very important because if 80% of diamonds on earth are cut too deep for the exact reason what I just said. It's one of the few things in life that if something is cut crappy, they can charge more. I mean, that's really terrible. Most diamonds are cut too deep. The light will go into the stone and reflect over instead of reflecting back. The second size is called a fisheye. Stone is cut too thin. So it's really thin and it's like a frisbee. Alright? What happens with that is the crown, the angle on the bottom isn't deep enough so the light goes right through the stone. Now an ideal cut diamond would be considered the best, but I like to stay as close to ideal as possible without paying the extra price of an ideal cut. Just for the fact that we're talking about computerized numbers and you can get a killer diamond and not have to pay for an ideal cut. You just want to make sure it's cut in the parameters that it needs to be to have the best sparkle. The second C is color. Now, cut is really hard to say I can tell it's a great cut. If it sparkles good, well, guess what? It sparkles really good, then I'm pretty sure it's a good cut, right? Color, I can see with my naked eye. I don't want to see any yellow. You want it to be as white as possible because a diamond, the whiter the diamond is, the more of a rainbow of colors it reflects. That's one of the things that's so great about a diamond. It picks up all the different colors and really, it's almost like a rainbow. It just like goes crazy. It just picks up everything. If it's a yellow diamond, then it picks up a rainbow of yellow colors. Or you want the highest color you can get, all right? Nothing below a J, if at all possible. If you can get an H or a G, even an F, oh my God, I would get it. If I could have gotten it for my wife's ring, I would have gotten her a D, E, or F. I just couldn't find one in the size and the shape that I wanted that had that life, and you know, everything has to be put together. The clarity. This is the second scam. Going down the chart, you have IF, which stands for internally flawless. Then you have VVS1 and VVS2. VVS stands for very, very slight. And then VS stands for very slight. SI stands for slightly included. And then I is included 1, 2, and 3. I means you can see an inclusion with your eye. From the top, you don't want it to be able to see it because big enough to see it, it's big enough to affect some of the light reflections. Okay? And if the diamond gets a little soap on the bottom of it, all of a sudden that inclusion really starts to stand out. And once they see it, they think it's growing. It's not growing, it's just becoming more prominent. We clean the diamond and it's gone. Cleaning a diamond is very, very important if you go too low on a clarity. But think about this, an SI quality all the way up to a flawless diamond are all flawless to the naked eye. That means if you came in and said, I want a VVS, and then I showed you a VVS, and I showed you a VS, and I showed you an SI, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between any of them. And no one is going to put her ring under a microscope. So what happens is that if, let's say you're buying a diamond that is a 1 carat round, and it's $6,000, and that's an SI2. And you go to an SI1, it's $7,000. And you go to a VS2 and it's 8,000. And you go to VS1, it's 9,000. And you go to VVS and it's $10,000. And all of the diamonds that I've just said, you can't see with the naked eye. That's the scam. Because if you can't see it, guess what? It's flawless to the naked eye. Save yourself some money and put that money towards a better cut or better color, which is the 4C, and that is the carat weight. You might have a budget of getting a 3/4 carat or a 1 carat, but now if you don't go to a VVS diamond and you drop it down to an SI, now all of a sudden you might be able to upgrade to a 1 carat. You know, so that's the carat weight difference. It's a huge difference. The next thing I want to talk to you about, and this is just the little secret at the end, and that is about the different shapes, not cut of a diamond, but shapes of a diamond. I'm going to show you a few examples. Like and comment. Put in there what's your favorite diamond shape. The most popular diamond as of right now in 2023 is an oval. That's other than a round. Round's always been the most popular, but if you wanted a different shaped stone, it's an oval. But have you ever heard of a bow tie? It's a dead zone in the diamond if it's not cut properly. The last thing you need is some part of a diamond to not sparkle properly. Now, a marquee diamond is pointed at each end and it has the exact same thing. The faceting is really close at the points. So you get a lot of sparkle at each end of the points. But in the center, where it gets the widest points, all the facets start to spread out and it creates a dead area on both sides if it's not cut properly. And the third one I'll say for an example would be a pear shape. The pear shape is pointed at one end and rounded at the bottom. What happens is when you get to the point, all the facets get nice and tight together, and when they get to that rounded area, they spread out more and more, and you can get that bow tie, and it's all dead space. You can get it without a bow tie. It may be cut a little bit deeper. And we talked about that before, that buying a stone that's cut a little deeper, well, that's not good. You don't want it to be cut shallow. If you're buying an oval, you want to make sure that you don't have that bow tie, because you don't want to give up the first thing we talked about, and that was sparkle. Because you want your girlfriends or whoever to see it from across the street and say, oh my God, can you see that diamond? So with that in mind, we have a free diamond guide on our website, and the link is attached below. If you like what you learned today, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. You're going to get more information every single week. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. Take it easy. Bye-bye.